Hello, hello. We are starting off December with a Toy Story palette. So I believe this Makeup Revolution palette came out just this year. They came out with a whole Toy Story collection. And when I saw this boot, I thought it was so cute. It has yellow in the color story, so of course I really wanted to grab it. As you can see here, Makeup Revolution usually has stickers on their boxes, so you can see the color story. If you happen to find this somewhere else, like a TJ Maxx or a Ross or something, you can see what colors are inside the palette. And I ended up grabbing, I think it was just this piece from this collection. It was the only piece I really wanted. You can see it on the back. It'll have the ingredients, and then it tells you what shades they consider eye safe, and which ones they recommend maybe not putting on your eye. You got the little numbers on the boot right there. And you know what's so funny is that, was it this year as well, Jeffree Star also came out with a boot, but his boot was pink. So this is Woody's boot. Literally just, you could see it peeking through. So in here, like there's no flap or anything. It's just completely through there. And you have this boot. I thought this was really fun. I thought it was really cute. It's not particularly big. It's about probably the size of your two hands, right? Like, it's not super big. It's not the most travel friendly in terms of shape, but it's not thick. So I still feel like this could probably, if you have a larger bag, either right flat like that or on its side, it could still fit in a bag just because it is thinner. It's made out of thicker cardboard. It has, you know, the name right here. It's got this cute little shiny part right there, and on the back you're gonna find again the shape with the numbers on the back. So these don't have any names, they're just numbered, and that's all you're gonna find on the back. So a lot of the information you're going to find on the actual packaging. If we open this up, so cute. Inside it says howdy partner, and you can, I mean, you could pretty much stand it on its own if you wanted to. I don't know if it's going to stand like this. Oh, I guess it kind of does. Probably safer to stand it up opened though, but there's no mirror in here, which I personally like. I think it's really cute that it just says howdy partner. And here is the color story. Makeup Revolution can sometimes have like a 50-50 kind of, I guess, quality to their eyeshadows. Sometimes you'll find that maybe some of the matte eyeshadows are very pigmented, but sometimes other ones in the same palette will be very powdery. You'll find some shimmers that are really pretty and shiny and intense, and then you'll find other shimmers that just roll up and crease and just immediately fall off, and there's like no lasting power on them. And with these, I'm really happy to say I was really shook, okay? I was pretty shook. There are some shades in here where I'm like, do we need that? Like Partner and Andy. If you see there, they also have these prints. So there's the snake in his boot, right? Little snakes. We have here that says Andy, and then we have some more snakes. The snakes in his boot, right? And on Andy, Andy's kind of a more neutral shade for Partner. Partner's a little bit more pinky, but I don't think we needed these two shades to be so similar. Maybe a bit of a brown that's a bit more in between this shade and this shade, I think would have been better. But probably other than that, I don't know if there really is much other repeating things. The thing that really blew me away was the pigment in Yodele Hee Haw. This shade right here, it was so pigmented. I did a very simple, neutral, like, eye look. Like one of those looks where you kind of just, you're clearly wearing makeup, but it also kind of looks like you may not be wearing makeup. And I did that with this for an event that I had this past weekend, and I got so many compliments, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Let's swatch some of these. Let's do Rodeo, because you know I love a yellow, and I think this is a really decent yellow. It's a nicely pigmented yellow. And then with that as well, let's do Partner. And then we'll do, I guess I'll show you guys this red over here. I'm gonna try my best not to get too much, just enough. Because I'm also not trying, you see how bright that is? I'm not trying to dye my skin right now, because this is definitely going to dye the skin. Okay, here we have yellow. Wow, that's so pretty. We have the yellow. We have Partner, which is like this little peachy shade. I don't know if you can see it on camera. You can definitely see it a lot more in person. There's some color there, but it's definitely a very pale pastel shade that's meant to be blended out. And then we have this red. I think I'll put it in the middle right here. Wow. Makeup Revolution is a drugstore brand from the UK. So to see like this level of pigment, you guys, look at how red that is. I was not expecting that. I'm going to assume, based off the level of pigment in the shade, this is probably one of those shades they recommend not putting on your eye. Of course I did it anyway, and I didn't have any problems. I don't remember any staining, but just assume based off how pigmented this is, this probably will stain. But I think this was really pretty. I'm really surprised by the quality of, you know, what it was. Let's also, let's see. Let's swatch Sheriff, which of course is this beautiful gold over here. Yellow gold. Because then we also have this Howdy shade over here, which feels a lot softer. You can definitely tell this feels like a different formula. And then maybe, how about Cowboy? So dark brown over here. I like how the shades definitely go with the theming. Here we go. These are some nice, simple, metallic shimmer shadows. Just very simple, not the worst, not the best. From what I remember, I was able to pick these up on a brush, which I absolutely love. Just a really solid, affordable brand. And as always, I don't remember how much I paid for this, because I do remember, I think I waited a little bit. I waited a while to see if I could get a sale price on this. So I don't remember this being terribly expensive. What a home run with this palette. I think this is so beautiful. I absolutely recommend this. I love the pigment and the shimmers in this, except, you know, for these two shades where I'm like, that's kind of close. There's not really else I can say about this. I'm really happy with my purchase. I think this is really pretty. I think you can still purchase this from what I saw, but if you happen to find this at any store and the color story speaks to you, I say this is a definite palette you should pick up.